Hi guys and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Today we are going to be recording a FM Road to Glory. We're going to start from the 16th tier and we're going to try and get to the Prem, guys. We've got 2 months to do it, so let's get started. So the team I'm going to be using is Radcliffe boys. We are currently in the 14th tier of the English football pyramid after winning 2 straight promotions. If you look through the actual league, if you look through our club history, you can see that we won the Lancashire Amateur League Division 3 and we won the Lancashire Amateur League Division 2. We won it quite comfortably, and I think the problem is in the lower leagues, or the 16th and 15th tier namely, the players that you play against just aren't very good. And although we are not allowed any transfer budget and we have to sign everyone on free transfers, the players that we are able to sign, even for a short period of time before they get signed by actual football clubs with actual budgets, they're still too good for our competition. So we found the 16th to the 14th tier a little bit boring. But we're increasing our stature significantly, and I'm wondering when we get an actual transfer budget, and it doesn't look like we will do this year. Alright, competition expectations review. They have utmost confidence they'll have a successful season under your leadership. They're only able to offer limited options to your wage and transfer budgets, but they expect us to win promotion. Interesting. They didn't expect us to win promotion out of the last league, and we managed to do it very convincingly. We won the league by 23 points, really, and yeah, a little bit too easy for us. We are also in the black for the first time ever in my FM managerial career. Basically, if you know me as a manager, you know that I overspend on my budget. So one of the things that I am not willing to do this time is overspend to an extent where we are literally clinging on for survival and I can't get the targets in that I want later down the line in the save. It obviously helps that I can't sign anyone for a significant amount because we're only really allowed to offer people £0 a week. The downside to that is that after 2 or 3 weeks or 2 or 3 good games, most of our players go to clubs that can actually give them money, and who can blame them? Why would you want to play for free when you can get paid for playing for someone that is in a much higher division? I mean, we've got Josh Lillison at the football club, who is a very good goalkeeper at League One standard. I played with Josh Lillison in my football career, so I have absolutely no idea what he's doing this far down in the pyramids. And Anthony Grant as well. What is he doing with us? So another one of the things that we decided to do in this save is that every single year we basically have to rip it up. I had several good players from my tier 16th team. We have to get rid of them. We got rid of the players at the end of tier 15, so we're gonna have to do it again. And so here we are. We've got good players. We've got Clayton Donaldson. We did have the league top goal scorer last season, but he left us halfway through the season, so we got Clayton Donaldson in, and he produced the goods, really. Obviously, because the season started, that you can't really see his goal scoring exploits from last season, but we may as well go ahead and get rid of everyone, which is a real shame considering we oh no, we're not going to offer him a new contract because that's against our club policy. It's a real shame, but if you follow me on Twitch, you know what the Twitch chat said, and every year until we get to tier 6, we're going to have to release everyone and start again, which is quite fun, but it's also quite time consuming. But it means that we get to play with a lot of players. Now, the fear of playing with like so many players is that obviously your team doesn't really get time to gel. And obviously if we're only offering people £0 a week, then you've literally got no chance of gelling anyway, because as soon as anyone offers them any decent contracts, they will be off. But also the fear is, like, you see, if there's like a database and there's a certain amount of players and we keep getting through the amount of players that we get through on a yearly basis, we're going to run out of decent players at some stage, you would have thought. Let's hope that that does not happen in this case. But we're going to go through and we're going to release everyone possible. I'm not too sure whether there is a way to mass release everyone, but if not, we're just going to have to do it the hard way. Jordan Graham, I played with at Mansfield. He's a good player. And yeah, this is the boring part, really. So, who have we got in our league this year? We've got Horwich RMI, Hesketh Casuals, Ashtonians, Accrington Amateurs, Tottington United, Rochdale St Clemens Reserves. Oh, Radcliffe Town got promoted with us as well. That's big for them. Let's see what the season preview is saying. And we are odds-on favourites to win the league. There are a few other good players that we can actually sign. There's a few. Oh, there's some regions. We're in year 3 and we've already got regions. Interesting. But as you can see, the immediate Dream 11 is dominated by players from our team. We are in yellow. That is our goalkeeper as well, Josh Lewis. So it's a shame that we're going to have to release everyone. But it is what it is. Also, guys, I'm going to be doing this save partly on YouTube and partly on Twitch. One, for time restraints, and two, just because if you want to ever ask me anything, please feel free to go and log on to Twitch. Obviously, you can leave a comment under this. But yeah, log on to Twitch and ask me. We can have a chat about football. We can have a chat about football in real life. I'm also going to be doing some FIFA content as well. So if you want to speak to me about FIFA, speak to me about football in real life, or just speak to me about life in general, then I'd like to say I answer the majority of questions. Right. Why can't we release these or offer them new contracts? Right. We'll go through and release these. Yeah, but the link for my Twitter will be in the description. At the current time of recording this, I don't actually know how to put a link in the description, but I'm sure by the end of the time it takes me to edit the video, which I anticipate to be at least half a day, I will have found out how to do it. So yeah, obviously this is my first ever YouTube video, so please bear with me. Don't be too harsh on me, and yeah, I'll try and get through it as smoothly as possible. I'm quite a big fan of Football Manager, really. I'm a big fan of football in general, to be fair. But yeah, like, I enjoy FIFA a lot, but the main thing in which, like, has kept me going throughout lockdown has been Football Manager, really. And I've started streaming on Twitch. I've been streaming for about 6 months now, and I just feel that you're able to interact with people a lot more on Football Manager than you would have done, like, whilst playing FIFA, because, like, at any point you can just pause the game and just answer people's questions, or you can have a laugh, you can look at random YouTube videos, etc. And you can generally be like a better host, to be honest. And it's helped me a lot, to be honest. I know I keep saying to be honest. I'm going to try and stop saying that, so my apologies, guys. But yeah, it's helped me a lot, just interacting with people on a daily basis. Because really and truly, like, being a professional footballer, I've lost my sort of routine of going into training and training every day. I no longer have to set an alarm. I still had to do certain fitness work and stuff from Peterborough in the time that I was at Peterborough. But other than that, I was struggling with things to fill my day. I mean, I could sit and watch hours and hours of Netflix, and I have watched hours and hours of Netflix, but I needed something to give me some sort of routine and something to focus my mind to. And also, like, the social aspect of it has been really, like, I'd say it's been... I think if you take into account the amount of people that I've met through my community on Twitch and just through, like, FM streamers in general and FIFA streamers, I'm really thankful for everyone that's sort of taken the time to get to know me, really. And yeah, they've been massive for, like, my Twitch community and just for me in general as a person. So I can only be grateful. Right, guys. So we are basically without a squad. We've got Nico Gordon, who for some reason does not want to leave. I can't get rid of him on a free transfer, and we have just got our first trialist in, who is Phil Doughty. The coach summary is 4.5 stars to 5 stars, but I think everyone is when you have no players. It is the 1st of July. All the players have been released. So, in true lower league fashion, let's get offering some trials. The first position we're offering trials is strikers. Then we're going to go cams. And I think you're only supposed to allow or offer a certain amount of trialists because you can only have in a certain amount of trialists at one time. But we'll try and push the boat out and we'll see how many trialists we can get. And yeah, it's just a process of basically getting in as many trialists as possible, filtering them out and seeing where the good players are. I think at the moment, or like in the last 2 years, the first sort of batch of trialists were all 5 stars. And then when you started to get more trialists in, then the first batch didn't seem as good as they are. I don't know why Football Manager does this, but I think with the star system, I'm not too sure how it works, but I think it's in comparison to the rest of the players at your football club. And if you have obviously no players at your football club, then any players that you do try and sign, as we are seeing these trials get cancelled, is significantly better than no one. So, alright. Let's just accept these. Okay, so after 3 months of trials, I think, ladies and gentlemen, we finally found a team capable of competing for promotion. It seems like it's been an endless process of offering trial after trial after trial, and I think we found one good player for every 10 trials, so it has been a long and arduous process. But we have reached the 4th of September, which means it is the day of our first game of the season. This is the team I think we're going to go into battle with. Just let me look at the squad depth. We look alright, to be fair. I need to put Jermaine Anderson and check if Sam Durant is our other midfielder. Durant is. We need to swap Reece York for Jermaine Anderson. Problem with signing so many players is that I have absolutely no clue where Jermaine Anderson is on this list. Let me see if I can see him. Alright, I've got to the bottom now. I can't see him. To be fair, if we go to Quick Pick and select our best 11, I found him. It should do it for me. Word for the future. Right, so we're basically going to play a 4-1-2-1-2 diamond narrow. We're going to use 2 advanced forwards. We're going to use 2 Mazzalas to try and help the fullbacks on the sides of the pitch. And basically our fullbacks are going to play like wingers, guys. So we're hopefully going to score lots of goals, going to keep possession, and well, we're going to try and win pretty much all of our games. Let me see what the league is saying in terms of who they were expecting to win it. And in pre-season, the season preview is that we are 1-5 on to win the league. Now, I'm not a betting man, but it looks like we should win the league. We have every single player in the Media Dream 11, so it looks like it should be a successful season. So, without further ado, let's get started. One of the things which has killed me a little bit is that most of my players don't have 100% match fitness. It seems a little bit strange that the league starts in early September, but the last pre-season game is in, well, somewhere in August, which is a little bit strange. I've managed to organise a couple of pre-season friendlies just before the league starts, but I don't think it's enough to get everyone 100% match fitness. But we're in our first game, guys. Now, just as a pre-warning, I don't have a bells like the popular FM streamers, but what we do have is a horn when we score. Now, I might need to turn that down because it might be slightly deafening, but we are 1-0 up, guys. 1-0 up after 10 minutes. That's a good start, guys. That is a decent start. But yeah, like, obviously it is tier 14. There are only, well, 13 teams in our league, which means that we will be playing, if I can do the quick maths, not a lot of games, pretty much. So yeah, we'll just have to take it as we go. I don't about the volume on that, but after 30 minutes, we find ourselves 1-0 up, and yeah, well, 22 games to go, I think. Hopefully, we start to see the patterns that well, the players need to get more familiar with my formation, really, and having signed like 150 players or something, it's obviously going to take them quite long. This is the problem when you change teams every year. I don't even know half of these guys, so I'm getting to know them as you are, to be honest. But being 1-0 up, it looks like a good start to the season. Obviously, I don't really know who the favourites for promotion are other than us, but I'm just concentrating on us at the moment. So it looks like, well, I was about to name our team, but we've got another highlight. So at the bottom of our diamond is Dooley, and Durant plays it over to Banga, who has missed a couple of chances now. I'm used to my strikers. Well, we had a striker last season that basically scored 30 goals. Oh, yeah, that could have been a pen. He went down in the penalty area. 30 goals from the start to midway through the season, and then we lost him to a club that actually paid him money, which we obviously can't be too disappointed about, because everyone's got to make their money nowadays. But yeah, I'm used to my strikers scoring pretty much every chance, and I'm also used to the opponents not really getting too many highlights. So when they had a free kick on our edge of the box, I was a little bit nervous. But Banga is in again, and this time he scores, guys. Exactly what? Man, that is a sound. Hopefully that is an acceptable level for you now. So at half time, we've had 6 shots to their 3. We've had 5 shots on target. We've fouled them more, which is obviously not the best stat. We've only had 50% possession, but we are 2-0 up. So I'm gonna say I'm happy. We are suffering from a lack of match fitness, but I guess we'll just have to go with it, guys. Our Karma is not playing too well, Ollie. I remember you because you have 18 free kick taken and not much else. So if there was a reason to get someone in the team in non-league, it's definitely for set pieces. Hopefully, he's going to score 10 or 15 goals from dead ball situations for us, and probably provide us with 5 or 6 more. But this Banga guy likes being in on goal. He scores again, and it is 3-0 to the Radcliffe boys. And Rochdale St. Clement's reserves look like they've got a job to do to save this game. Yeah, this Banga guy looks good. He looks good. He looks like we might have found a 30-goal a season striker in tier 14. This is Jermaine Anderson, by the way. And no wonder he scores it. Jermaine Anderson is way too good for tier 14. He's a League 1 player. What is he doing in tier 14 being paid £0 a week? But it's not my fault. The game allows me to sign him, which is slightly, ever so slightly unfair on everyone else. But it is what it is, guys. It looks like we've had a good start to the season. Even Ollie's playing above a 7 now. A couple of our players are complacent, but since we're 4-0 up, we'll roll with it. We've got, hey, have we got a right back called Essien? I love that. Wonder if he's related to Michael. Wonder if he's related to Michael. Uh-oh, they've got a chance and they nearly scored. Milligan Lively with a great shot. Just over the bar. Keeping me on my toes. Look at the little manager there. What do you think of my attire, guys? Please feel free to rate it in the comments. But we are playing some... Oh, I was about to say commentator's curse. I said he was playing some decent football, but Drench is running forward at literally near 0 miles an hour. We've won the ball back. I forgot about the lower leagues. There is a lot of turnovers in possession in the lower leagues. And Brit now with it. Plays a channel ball. We've won it back. Are we going to keep it? We've absolutely banged it. A banger. And he goes past one. And I can only call that an attempted cross gone wrong, because surely he is not shooting on his left foot like that from there. I mean, you are on a hat-trick, E-Banger. What's his first name? Ewan Banger. He looks a good player, to be fair. He's only 19. One of the things in which I speak to the people on Twitch about is there are actually players that I might want to keep from division to division, but... everyone insists that I let them all go at the end of the season and start again. But if you guys want me to keep one of the two of my best performing players, like for example, Jermaine Anderson can play much, much higher than this. Jermaine Anderson will be a star player for the next 5 divisions. Greg Ollie scores his first goal for the club and makes it 5-0. But yeah, I feel like we've got a lot of players that could play much higher and do, well, the same job that they're doing for us now, and beating teams 5-0, much higher up in the pyramid. So if you guys want me to keep a few players so we can actually start making some legends of the club earlier on in the save. Because obviously not every year we get to rip it up. Once you start offering people contracts and pounds a week and stuff like that, then you can't afford to just keep like letting everyone go and stuff like that. That was the reason why I was in dire straits financially in my Dulwich save, and I don't really want to be like that. So if we can sign someone like young enough and good enough, then hopefully we can keep them for a few tiers. But as that game wraps itself up. So after one game, the mini table, or the table, it looks mini because there's only 13 teams in it, but the table reads, we are top. The only team not to play this week are Hesketh Casuals, who I don't know why, but they have got a game in hand on everyone else. But it looks good. You've scored 5 goals, we've got a clean sheet. You might have found a striker that scores goals, E-Banger, or Ewan Banger. Could be another club legend, but we've got a lot of sorting out in our squad to do. I mean, under our bench we must have what, that's at least, that could be about 100 players to sift through and to get out of the club. I mean, it makes no difference to me because I'm not actually paying any money for them, but for squad harmony and stuff like that, it makes a little bit of a difference. So we are 1 game down. And we don't have a lot of games, to be honest. I think we only play 24 games this season. So it should be a relatively short season, but it's a good... So guys, after a long and arduous pre-season and after signing more than 150 players, I presume, we finally got to the first game of the season with a 5-0 win. We are very, very happy with our pre-season. If you've liked this content, please give it a like and subscribe at the bottom. As I say, we are a new YouTube channel, so anything you can do to help will be much appreciated. I stream on Twitch as well, so if you miss a few episodes on YouTube, please come through and ask me what's happening with it on Twitch, because I'll be streaming on Twitch and doing YouTube and doing the YouTube save simultaneously. But for now, that is all, folks. So, goodbye.